Welcome to the Charbon Report. I'm Michael A. Charbon. Today's title, The Media's Tyranny of January 6th. You know, the notion that America's democracy was teetering on destruction, that it came close to collapse, where American freedom and democracy was threatened in a battle for the nation's soul, is a media and political propagandization. America, the greatest democracy in the world since the Athenians, Kamala, was not in peril because of January 6th. No. It is the proposed reforming of American voting laws and the devaluation of a legal citizen's right to cast a vote that is a much greater circumstance. I watched on 9/11 as two planes crashed into the Twin Towers and 2,977 people died. That was an assault on America. I watched Waco as 76 Branch Davidians, 4 police officers, and 25 children died needlessly. That touched the soul of America. I watched Operation Desert Storm that took a 35-nation coalition led by brave Americans to a foreign land to free Kuwait. As over 143 Americans died in action, those were times when America was in peril. It was an insult when Kamala Harris compared a 335-plane strike force that killed 2,403 U.S. personnel at Pearl Harbor. That, my friends, wasn't anywhere near a parallel to January 6th. Remember the media's two completely different perspectives and coverage of Black Lives Matter? One of generally peaceful demonstrations, and the other of burning destroyed cities. Yeah, kind of reminds me of Let's Go Brandon. I love NASCAR. I watched 120 disgusting days of anarchy as Black Lives Matter hijacked a movement where arsonists burned innocent businesses, thugs looted and decimated minority-owned businesses as 2,000 police officers were injured, over 25 people were killed, and a cost of $1 trillion, America. Black Lives Matter destroyed the soul and spirit of American inner cities, as it existed and excused itself because, well, they're entitled to get me some. That was an existential threat to America and its democracy. On the anniversary of January 6th, a network relocated its complete broadcast team to build demagoguery and tyrannical talking points in a day-long evangelical-style genuflection of a partisan day of reckoning. It then followed the day with an hour-long documentary, The Fight to Save American Democracy, a hyper-focused program, much in black and white, with footage of Hitler. Oh, they clearly said once, at the beginning of this propaganda-mentary, that Trump is not Hitler, then bombarded you with Third Reich chilling images again and again. You know, imagine if you only watched one media source. How can you not think the country's about to collapse? This, my friends, is the partisan power of a biased media narrative in collusion with a political party. That is media tyranny, information control, and propaganda. The real existential threat to America. You know, I watched speeches on January 6th, then the images of idiotic, violent thongs who breached the Capitol. They injured and assaulted police. They broke windows and terrorized people. Those who trespassed were 100% wrong. Currently, 738 plus people have been charged with trespassing, disorderly conduct, and entering a restricted building. On January 6th, the committee finally, supposedly, charged the Proud Boys leader with sedition, but no one with insurrection or revolution, those words you keep hearing, remember? As practically all members of the House were safely evacuated that day, when the House sat again, there was a safe transition of power and America moved on. Capitol footage showed trespassers in the rotunda walking within the roped-off lines. Imagine that. No one set fire to anything. No one sprayed graffiti or destroyed statues. No one said we were going to set this place on fire, to borrow a phrase. When Hornman sat in the speaker's chair, no desks were overturned or defaced with graffiti and disrespect. Now, those facts do not excuse the wrong, but it lends context. Oh, not all was innocent. Absolutely not. There was violence. Several offices were breached. People were threatened and traumatized by the mob. It's wrong. All should be held accountable. No doubt. But literally having a dump in Nancy's office does not compare to setting cities on fire or defacing and destroying all that exists in a city block or trying to change the vote. Some final points to consider. Listen to this. It's reported Trump requested 20,000 National Guard troops to protect the Capitol in early January. Allegedly, the Speaker and the D.C. Mayor could approve the president's request. Supposedly, they refused. Supposedly, we don't know. Why wouldn't the commission subpoena their cell phone records and set the record straight for America? What's wrong with that question? Next, it was stop the steal that motivated the illegal mob, right? Clearly, of the votes cast and counted, Joe Biden won the 2020 election. He won the election. Let's stop talking about that and move on. But consider these numbers. The U.S. Census reported 2020 was the highest voter turnout in the 21st century. 67% of America allegedly voted. That's 26 million more people voted in 2020 than 2016. For context, take America's 10 largest cities: New York, LA, Chicago, Houston, Phoenix, Philadelphia, San Antonio, San Diego, Dallas, and San Jose. Add every man, woman, and child, and that's how many more Americans voted in 2020. Factcheck.org, ready? They stated that there were 44 million mail-in ballots distributed in 2020. 44 million. Many unsolicited, unregulated, anonymous ballots. The U.S. Census stated over 155 million total votes were cast in 2020 as Biden won by 7 million votes. Biden won, guys, but only by 7 million votes. So America, can you really ignore the inconsistencies of unsupervised drop boxes, voter harvesting, questionable signature verification, same-day signups at location 1, and then possibly location 2, combined with limited voter ID requirements? You're confident no shenanigans happened. Listen, I said Biden won the vote in 2020, but move on. But America, do you want confidence in the 2024 election? Do you want to trust the legitimacy and authenticity of the vote? I think you do. That's why Republicans want to stop big government's federalization and control of the vote. States want to impose legitimate voter ID rules and deny voter harvesting. But consider Democrats. They want to federalize the government. They want to control the vote. They want to limit voter ID, legitimately limit it. They want to condone ballot harvesting. And today actually allow 800,000 non-citizens in New York State to vote in mayoral, education, and municipal elections. 800,000. So will Democrats extend those rights eventually to the presidential election? The dilution of voter ID laws and allowing non-citizens to vote is the delegitimization of your republic, America. That's the real existential threat to your democracy, not a mob of idiot trespassers and a media set on only reporting one side of the story. Finally, please share, like, and click and subscribe. For those listening to Spotify and Google or wherever you get your podcasts, please subscribe. For more episodes, please visit thecharbonreport.com. Until next time, God bless and stay safe. I'm Michael A. Charbon for The Charbon Report.